What's up, everybody? It's your girl, your popper, back at my room. So, I'm Halloween is almost at the end, so I made a lot of lists, and, I did a lot of lists, mostly everything like that, so it might be a back-to-back series. Um, your girl has just been very, 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 very busy. She's just been so busy right now. Your whole girl's trying to take notes, trying to watch films, trying to find a lot of stuff and everything like that. So your girl's probably always gonna be fed up, done and stuff like that. So I mean, I'm hyped about it. I got my notes. Say it with me, everybody. My notes. I think I'll probably keep in this book because the pages are so thick and they're also pretty cool because you can read between the lines and hear our Polish stories and stuff like that. My mom, she's in the background. She's talking on the phone with some people, so she's pretty excited. She will be doing a review, I think, um, next go around. So I think that this could be a really good idea. So for all you people out there, everybody else want to know about it. My nose is peeling and everything. So to celebrate the coming of the clothing of, are you done? So I'm going to talk about the best Vincent Price films of all time. Vincent Price, the king of the macabre, one of the grandmasters of horror. Shock and awe. He is everything and anything. So he is that. So we gotta celebrate. You can't have Halloween without having Vincent Price. That's just a crime. Okay, that's just it. You can't. And plus, he died in October 25th, 1993, which I think was like 2 years old in his 80s. He was still kicking it. So, you may know him in the voiceover and Thriller. Some of you also know him doing the voiceover in the 31 Ghosts of Scooby Doo. Yeah, I made it myself. So, but for me, I just like to talk about his films that stand the test of time. And I just want to make a list, notes, because, your girl ain't got special effects like all those other people. So, I gotta do what I gotta do. So here goes nothing. But here are my top six. I know, top six best Vincent Price film. I'm not gonna put a like part one. I'm not gonna do that because I want to get straight to this, and I will be talking about one of the movies that was remade. So coming at number five. Well, next one I want to talk about to start off the list is Theater of Blood, which I think it was the early 70s and stuff, early 60s and 70s. So Vincent Price is pretty much in the ride of his life, pretty much. He's really working hard and stuff like that. So they decided to put him in this film. The film is really much a comedy, but it's also horror. He plays Edward Lionheart, who's this the over dramatic Shakespearean actor who is passed over a Great Covenant Award by these critics who say that he's overreacted. They don't want to give him the respect he needs. Say that he's overreacted and nothing about what he's doing. He's just kind of overdoing it. So he decided, okay, well, you know what? Since none of y'all want to give me an award, then you know what? I'm going to do it the best way I can. And he takes it upon himself to exact revenge on these critics that did not give him an award, but instead gave the award to some up and comer. And he feels like, I should have got that award. I should have gotten this. How dare y'all shady little bastards? So what he decided to do, he decided to end, you know, get rid of half of his critics in the most epic, most great Shakespearean way. I think one of them, I think he cooked this person's dog and fed it to him without him noticing. I mean, it all his deaths are mostly based off of Shakespearean's demises in his plays. So he is taking this to the head. Like he's really taking this whole, I'm gonna get my revenge one way or another, and I don't care who's gonna be in my way because anybody gonna be in my way. Oh well. So you have that. So Diana Riggs, who was right around her whole Avengers, big huge hit. No, not the Marvel Avengers, but it was Avengers, which is a BBC action show about super spies. So that was that. She was really becoming really popular with that. And you have surprisingly a lot of Shakespearean actors and comedians that were in the film that played as you know, these critics. So it's really 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 good. It's you know I think it's really one of those great films where it's just really good film. The film is genius. I loved it. Diana Riggs is in it. Um, Robert Coote is in it. You gotta really Google it because technically it's one of those films that you have to like it or else. But it's really one of his finest works that he did. It's not great, but it's close to great. You know what I mean? I mean it's good, but I got more films that he was in that was good. So I gotta keep moving on because I don't want to take everybody's time. So it's a really good film, wonderful film. I suggest anybody watch it on Amazon, or you could probably, I think Arrow Videos. I'm part of the mailing group. Please sponsor me. Hold on, hold on. Here's my sponsored people. Smart Water. Sponsor me, please. I know it's not paid, but please sponsor me. Get the smart water. I've been drinking smart water like off the chain right now, people. I have been. I've been drinking this off the chain. They even got flavored ones. I'm like, okay, I need to flush out everything. The next favorite film from his prize collection is The Indomitable Mr. Fives, which is about this doctor seeking revenge on these, non-surgeon doctors that he thinks is responsible for the death of his beloved wife. And the way the doctor decided to take them out is based off of the nine plagues that plagued Egypt, which is mostly around Moses era. Yeah, he go full on that one. Robert first did this one. He also was in the sequel. The sequel was okay, but the first one's pretty funny. Here, you take this end of the horse, and I'll take the other one. We just screwed out because this guy got impaled by a unicorn, and one person was mostly had quick slime poured on them. The curse of hail in the middle of nowhere, curse of frogs. Each of the plagues that plagued Egypt with the pharaohs. It's a if you know Bible stuff, you already know half of the plagues that plagued during the time. But Vincent Price is mostly at its finest. Vincent Price is just one of those people that you sit there and you say, if there could be anybody to take that role, it would be him. That's the thing, because he is just so good. Not only that, but I mean, I think who else was in the movie besides her? That film was just his finest, yeah. Um, Also, it just shows a man is willing to do anything, deny anything to avenge his poor wife, and it's just like doing anything. He based off the nine plagues of Egypt. During Pharaoh, each one of them died in the most spectacular way, which I have to give credits to. You can also watch this on Prime. I do not, but I'll probably throw a link down, which I probably should take a note on that. Theater of Blood, I think, is also on Prime too, but also this movie as well. But I've been watching this back to back. This is just one of those damn films that I just sit there and say that you gotta watch it. I watched this last night, and I just had a ball. If you want to hear the person that yell in the background, that's my mom. She's excited and stuff like that. So she really is, something of the matter. But I just think the film is just so good that literally it'd be a cry for nobody to see it. I will vouch for that. I will say that the film is good. Also, Jodie Lube is also in this film, who plays as Patsy from Ab Fab, Absolutely Fabulous, but she got cut. I don't know I didn't want to cut her part. I mean, I found that out because my friend told me about it. So we're theater nuts, as you can see. We're completely insane, but we have highly suggest people see this film. This film is really good. I personally think this was up there in 1971. This is when Vincent Price really start to come in on his own, and it's really just him just shutting it. Virginia North, plays his assistant who assists him on these crimes, and the screen queen of all time is Carol Mundo, who plays his deceased beloved wife. She's also on my list of screen queens because she has started some screen queens in the 70s and then a little bit in the 80s, stuff like that. I'm making lists along the way because anyway, I forgot her name, so please forgive me. I know, girl, you should have these notes together. Listen, okay? When you're 30 something years old, I reveal my age, and you got memory loss, it's a hard thing to deal with. So trust and believe. I will make sure that I want to make sure everything is completely great because I have all my notes on the internet. And I know what you say, girl, you're not professional. Good. Sometimes you got these professional girls and they don't know what the heck they're doing, and then you got edit and stuff. I ain't got time for edits. I don't have an editor. This is awful. If you know anybody that have editors, please have them contact me. I'll pay them in Skittles. Skittles and a gift card, bro. Skittles and a gift card. Okay, so yeah. So there's that. The next one is actually the Pit and Pendulum. Now we're going into Edgar Allan Poe films. Roger Corman was mostly known during the early 60s and 70s of making a lot of Edgar Allan Poe films into movies, and mostly some of them starred Vincent Price in it. And I think The Pit and Pendulum is one of my favorites Edgar Allan Poe story. That and House of Usher. Um, he plays a man that poor wife died in mysterious circumstances, and we find out that his father, Vincent Price character's father, um, Nicholas, has found out that his father used to have a dungeon underneath the castle that him and his wife Elizabeth lived in, and everything was fine until she started hallucinating, and we don't know if he really murdered her. Did he lose his mind? What was going on? And we, the fans, are pretty much believe that maybe this poor man lost his mind. Or maybe he did. Brahma Steele is another great legendary screen queen, as I like to call it. She plays as Vincent Price's Nicholas' wife, Elizabeth. And her brother, Francis, decided to come to Spain to figure out what the hell happened to my sister. Why I didn't get no name? Why I didn't get nothing? Then you get to the place and find out, oh, I'm sorry, your sister died 3 months ago. What? Nobody told me. Oh, by the way, we already put her in the crypt. Also, you just buried her. You put her in the crypt without telling me. Oh, okay. Okay. That's when people start getting suspicious, and I think that's the best thing. Is the suspicious of like, should we trust this guy or not? But at the end of the film, great, twisted turns. It's just one of those things. I love the film. It's my first film that introduced me to Edgar Allan Poe films, and the novels. So I personally think that this is one of those films that I think you could watch. Scream videos. I actually did a video on this. Also check out Scream video. Hi. Sponsor me. I'm sorry. But yeah, I will definitely send a link down for people. Um, to see this, I will set them down. I will let people know where to get these DVDs. I did send a link about one of the last videos I made, and a lot of people were thinking me for that. Um, it's a good film. It's a good film. I highly suggest people see it. Um, it's just what about I think literally they're really doing it well. And when they said that they did um, a lot of the works that they did with Vincent Price is coming back out, so I'm very happy about that. Also, um, I'm going to talk about that later. But I got notes and emails, so I have to. I'm not professional, okay? Cut me some slack. I'm not professional. So, but anyway, the movie is fabulous. I highly suggest people come and see it. This is great. Barbara Steele and Vincent Price together, in this film is just off the hook. And I think that this is just one of those movies where you just have to see it to believe it. It's really good. Also, I would like to put honorable mentions. I would like to put the Tales of Terror, but I didn't have time. And I think the film was okay, but it wasn't Vince's finest performance. The Tales of Terror, I feel like was pretty good, but at the same time, I feel like it really, the other characters that are in the film really played well. My favorite film, however, that I truly love is The Fall of the House of Usher, that they cut it down to The House of Usher. If you already know the tale of the House of Usher, it's pretty much this guy who is really kind of just feared and scared, and you know that the curse of his family is fallen upon them with his sister. And, she's sickly. He's afraid of the curse of the House of Usher. And it just mostly descended to madness. Um, Myrna Fairley plays as, Marilyn Usher, who is pretty much, this poor damsel in distress who's sick and already accept her fate. Vincent Price played Roderick Usher, who is her brother, who's trying to, don't F my sister, you're gonna be cursed, So, that's pretty much what it is. Like, don't mess with my sister. My family's cursed, okay? You're gonna be doomed. That's the whole thing that they mentioned. So, and you have Philip, their main handsome thing, like, Mark David Philip Winthrop, who is this I guess you could say this hero who's trying to save his beloved soon to be wife, and chaos erupts. So you start to see stuff shake a bit. So the movie is it's wonderful. It's a fabulous film. I think you can watch it at TCM. Another film that was directed by Roger Corman. Roger Corman and Vincent Price made some bangers. Like, I definitely would suggest people watch The Raven, which also starred a very young Jack Nicholson, who I think was also in another Roger Corman film, I think, which was called The Terror. Elvira movie Madness mentioned that they showed that video about I had the box set. So they mentioned that as well. So I think it was pretty good. Boris Karloff was in that one as Tales of Terror. No, he was also in The Raven, which is another one of my favorite classics. Which I think it was really funny because we really see him in a more comedic role. So Vincent Price plays a very comedic role in The Raven. And he plays a sorcerer who's trying to help a magician turn back into a human. And it's just really a fun movie. Another film that was made by Edgar Allan Poe, which I am very, very happy about that. Peter Lorre plays the unfortunate, magician that got turned into a raven. Boris Karloff is also in this film as well as, like, Vincent Price, Dr. Munis Craven's rival, Dr. Scarabus. And a very young Jack Nicholson is also in this film, so he's very cute. In, Jack Nicholson in this film, so he's pretty cool. Another Vincent Price novel, which I personally like, and Nevermore. So that's pretty much a good one. I think you can also see this on YouTube. No, not YouTube. TCM. I'm old as heck, so of course, I watched TCN as a child, since the first day I was born. So go TCN. The Raven is also on Tubi, which I'll if you Google that, that's like a free website thing. It's on Tubi. You can watch it on demand as well. But I highly suggest that people can actually watch that on Amazon if you want to buy it. I think it's a really good film. It's funny, it's charming at the same time. It does have a lot of Edgar Allan Poe elements to it. So I highly suggest people see that. It's a really good film, and I 100% approve of it. So, you know, you you have been highly recommended. So, but now we're gonna get out of the Edgar Allan Poe stage with Vincent Price. I know it's shocking. We're gonna get out of this side, and we're gonna get back into his films that he made that did not involve um, a lot of Edgar Allan Poe stuff. So, but um, now we're entering into I personally think his finest works, which I have it down written down notes as to why it was the greatest, and I also gonna do a video. Well, after I do this, I'm gonna go to the reason as to why. But the film is called House on Haunted Hill. The 1959 one, they're shot in black and white, that they later redid in color. And the color looks pretty good, but I prefer the black and white because the black and white kind of leaves a lot of things to be answered. Kind of speak your interest, you know what I mean? But I end up getting on Amazon Prime the colored one, and the colored one looks really sharp. So, but I prefer the black and white. Sorry, Vincent Price plays Frederick Lord, who decided to invite these people, his guests, into this haunted house for $10,000, and they must spend the night to get that $10,000 with his wife, who wants to kill him. I mean, this is the first horror film that introduced me to Vincent Price, and I sat there. I'm like, who is this guy? This guy looked cool, but he also looked menaceful. Uh, and I really like it. The film is not bad. It's pretty good. Nora, who's I consider the scream queen, the poor victim in the whole movie. I mean, Carol Craig, girl, you did your stuff. Yeah, I mean, if that was her really screaming, girl, you might need a larger. You might need a cough drop or some warm tea, because, girl, you hit them notes well, very well, utterly well. I mean, and you have Elisha Cook Jr. play as Watson Picard, who is the sole owner of this house. He is just at wit's end. He has completely lost his marbles. His brother was in this house, and the next thing you know, everybody died, and stuff. And the fact that they never found bodies. But this is a house to change, for $10,000, which I guess now due to inflation is like $50,000. I think 100,000. Hey, if it costs $100,000, I'll stay with Jack Daniels and anything, and then that'll be it. But that's all. Carol Oathbart plays Annabella Lord, who is Vincent Price character's wife, who really don't like him. But I mean, we all can tell. But she's a despiteful person. But she got her upcomings. She had her upcomings at the end. So, but I personally think that this film is literally Vincent Price's finest work ever. This is his work that people will remember from time, for years to come. If you could say, pick one Vincent Price film that you know him from, I guarantee you it's either this film or the last, Edgar Allan Poe films that he was in. For me, it's this film, because this film is just really, really him at his very finest. He's campy, but not too campy. He's slick, but at the same time, you don't know if he's doing this on purpose or not in the film. But overall, this film is just really his finest work. I guess some might find my work great. Some might find my work great. But nothing. I wish I could have her as a laugh track for all my jokes. But my last and final, I need to have paddings. You hear everybody talking. My friend making a joke. She's a comedian. Definitely would. But the film and film for all films that I think Vincent Price will go down in history for, which I personally think, and everybody can agree with me, is The House of Wax. This was Vincent Price at his finest. This was Vincent Price full on horror legend mode. He was in. We all heard I was in beast mode. Okay, well Vincent Price was in beast mode completely when he did this role. He played. Vincent Price was in beast mode. He knew what he was doing when they casted a play as that wax maker. They knew when they saw that print. They said, "This is gonna be it. This is gonna be it. This is gonna be the film that people going to read. This is gonna be it. This is it." And I mean, this is just one of his best works. It's one of his best works. I will vouch for it. He's an associate, he's a business owner who is known for making, wax figures, and his associate decided to backstab him and take the whole goddamn museum down in flames. So, and he survived, and you know what? Vengeance is a cold hearted mistress, and he decided, yes, I am going to get back at him. Not only that, you know, but Carl Jones plays the unfortunate Kathy Gray, who's a sweet character in this movie. Who plays that role. And she got murked. And she got turned into a beautiful, wax figure. Also, spoiler alert, I just found out, but my friend, we were drinking one time and we just found out that she's the same one that plays Morticia Adams from the Addams Family. Call me newbie or millennial or Gen Z. I was pretty much surprised because she looked completely different, than much. But hey, that's what makeup does. Yeah, it's really great. She's a legendary scream queen in my book. Phyllis Kirk plays Sue Allen, who's unfortunately the final girl. When I say unfortunate, I mean this girl had to scream and run in heels. So throughout the whole entire movie. So, she did her thing completely. She did what she had to do. She slayed that role well. But Vincent Price, this is it. This movie is history, pretty much. If you can't think of any horror film there possibly is, this was it. This is what the film was about. He nailed it. He nailed that film like it was nobody's business, and it showed. This is one of his finest work. Between that and House on Haunted Hill, those were his finest works ever. That should be, if we had to put something in a capsule to send to the aliens, two Vincent Price films should be face the case. Okay, that and a Beyonce album. But Vincent Price is like the Beyonce. Okay, that's. None of you bastards are anything without me. I'm sorry. That was rude. I'm sorry. Excuse me while I have my coffee. Yeah, I bought coffee and smart water. Colombina. That's what it is. But those are the Vincent Price movies that I hardly think that this is the list. This is the list that I think people should probably look at. And I think you will love it. I think people will actually like it. I think people would really. Mm, it's just a good film. It's a good film. It's a good film because I personally think that it's just one of those great films that you have to sit there and say it's life. So that's it. Okay, so now now that I got that out of the way, I could probably make a checklist of that because I finally managed to Get that out of the way because that is another great film. I already did something like that. It's a wonderful movie. So these are the list. They also had a box set of some films that he did with Roger Corman pertaining to Edgar Allan Poe. So I personally think that people should probably see it because you'll probably fall in love with it just as fast as I do. So that's that. I'm gonna take a little bit of a break right now to confront something. One of my friends was talking to me on TikTok the other day. Also, for everybody out there, yes, I do have a TikTok account. I do have a TikTok account. And for everybody that's on YouTube, yes, TikTok. Yes, I have a YouTube account. I mentioned that too. But we were talking the other day, and they were mentioning about how people are pretty much on the fence if they want to see the new Jeepers Creeper film, and if I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna repeat myself one more time. One more time. Okay? I don't care what anybody says. I don't care. I don't care if people are saying, well, he did his crime, he served his time, we should move on. No. I'm not gonna move on. I'm not gonna do that. In fact, I personally sit there and I will iterate one more time so that way people won't be shocked when I say it again. I will not, shall not, and will not even think about reviewing any film for that man, Victor Silva. I will not, I shall not. Every horror movie fan will never touch that motherfucker. And those who do touch it, they feel guilty doing it after. I will not sit here and give that man any credit whatsoever. I don't care if there's another guy who's directed it. I don't care if there's another dude who does. Sorry. No. That man will not be on my channel. I don't care. I don't care if this film will good. I don't care. He will not be on this channel. Period. He will not. His words, anything. I don't care. He will not be on this channel. He won't be on this channel. His name will. I mean, I already gave him enough, but his name or anything he does will not be on this channel. Period. I don't care if a lot of my fan base think that I'm a dick. I don't care if a lot of my friends sit here and say that, I'm being rude. I don't care if anybody here says that, you gotta give it a chance if you see it. I don't want to. I will not. And I will not do it for anybody. No. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm not gonna give him any benefit of a doubt. What he did was nasty. He did some foul stuff. And yeah, people are saying, yes, it was the best. No, looking back at it, if you really want anybody in my era or grew up in the 90s or stuff like that, or millennial, whatever care, we all research. The internet is forever. Nobody wants to lay a hand on that movie. And literally those who got a conscience would dare well look any films he does. I don't care. I don't really care. That's like saying I'd rather watch any film by Roman Polanski. No. Rosemary Baby is crap. Okay, there I said it. Do I sorry. Sorry, that's like me. He would not be mentioned. Neither Roman Polanski and neither Woody Allen. Yeah, okay, Woody Allen is a great, great director. But no. If you grew up in the 90s or you grew up in the early 90s and late 2000s and you heard about the news, no. Doesn't work. Oh, it's the Me Too, it's the woke culture. No, it's called common sense and courtesy and decency. That's what it's called, okay? So, just like everybody else, he's in the dungeon, okay? He's a dungeon, never see the light of day. He will not step foot or anything else like that mentioned because I will not care. Sorry. Boo-hoo. Oh well. Sue me. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. Sorry. But in my eyes only, he can kick rocks for all I care. He can kick rocks, just like that person that wrote that damn book, Blonde. They both can kick rocks. So, if anybody don't like it, oh well, too bad, so sad. Oh well, it's out there in the universe. I don't care. So, if you really hate me for what I said, boo hoo. But it's everybody in the horror universe, in the megaverse. Even the oldest horror movie fan can say the same thing. Cloud House is trash because of what he did behind the scenes with that main kid. It's trash. His whole career is trash. Anybody that freaking was in that damn film is trash. I'm sorry. I would be caught dead. I would rather freaking walk around with a paper bag over my head, like at the Gong Show. Trash. Trash, 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 trash. Period. So if you mad at what I believe in, too bad. Sorry. Stay in line with everybody else. Sorry about that. Sorry. I'm not sorry, but I'm sort of sorry. Sort of sorry, kind of sorry. Okay. So, now that I got that out of the way, finally managed to get some stuff out of the way. I'm very pleased about. Let's get on with it. Let's get on with my countdown. I did a countdown, you guys, of films that I've done, and we're going to Korea, South Korea to be exact. But I'm talking about horror films. Yes, they're not just known for K-pop and BTS. Let's pray for their speed. That's what those 2 years for the militaries, whatever. But yeah, we're not gonna forget about that. We're gonna go straight. We're gonna go straight to it, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna go straight to the horror rooms. I made a list of it, and I'm trying to upload it because right now I'm trying to read the list here, upload it there, read the list again, upload it there. Forgive me. But I'm getting there, okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting there. So, I'm going to talk about best Korean horror films of all time. Korean horror films that everybody should either Google, watch on YouTube, watch on, KDrama.com. Anybody should watch this beautiful work. Art. Because that is exactly what this is. It's art. Okay? This is an artistic masterpiece that everybody should see. Because if you don't see it, you miss it. You miss it, you don't see it. You guys gotta see it. It's fabulous. Okay. So the first film I want to talk about that came from South Korea was in 2005, which was called The Red Shoes. It's a story about a woman who found a pair of pink high heel shoes on the platform. And when she put it on, all hell hit fan. People started becoming jealous. People started dying. Wherever these shoes follow, trouble falls behind like a footprints. It's also based off of a fairy tale by Hans Christian Andersen, which is also called The Red Shoes. This girl danced herself to exhaustion by wearing these red shoes and she can't get off. So there's that. Kim Yi-soon, who is really gross. She's a freaking actress. If you watch The Queen of the Office, you understand exactly what it is. I mean, she's freaking brilliant for real. I mean, she's a great actress. I'm not freaking saying that because I don't know if she watches, but I love you. I love you in The Queen of the Office. Yeah, that was great, great, great film, a great TV series. But she plays the unfortunate shoe walker, as I like to call it. She plays this woman who's down her luck. She don't know what's happened. It's just very very bad. she started losing her mind. Her husband left her, cheated on her, cheap apartment with her daughter, and everything is just going down the heck. And then slowly but surely, everybody around her, the people who disowned her and stuff, are literally dying by the wayside. They're being unalived by the wayside because of these shoes. The film is very slow, but it's slow for a reason. It kind of gives you that creepy crawly feel to it. The executions in the film is to die for. No pun intended. I mean, the girl in the film, spoiler alert, got her 2 feet cut off. She just screaming, just off. I'm like, oh my god, how you gonna walk home? But the film is great. The whole cast did a great job. They really nailed it. They killed it. The best films that I highly suggest anybody watch, because it is really those great films that you have to see, because if y'all don't see it, y'all miss it. Uh, but it's a good film. You enjoy it. People will enjoy it. It's really wonderful. Go check it out. You will be disappointed. Another great film that is a Korean film as well, which I highly suggest anybody watch, is called Cinderella. And before you say it's like, yes, I know. Cinderella? Yes. But not the Disney Cinderella. This is a Korean horror about this plastic surgeon who has a daughter who's starting to have strange dreams and visions, and is assuming that maybe she's not the surgeon's daughter. And that maybe her mother is hiding something from her. The scenes in the film are crazy. The body counts are very creatively crazy. It is slow. It's pretty good, but not like, oh my god, it's great. It's a good watch. It's a good watch for people who like horror but are a little bit too scared. And it's understandable because the film is a little bit shocking to some degree. Um, but I highly suggest that everybody should probably see this. I mean, if you're interested in it, it's really good. It's a good horror film that I suggest everybody should probably watch. It's a good Korean horror film for real. I personally, to me, I personally think it was blow away. It was artfully made. A lot of people say that it's kind of a little slow. It's to be expected because it's horror films not fast paced as like American horror films. And the films are a little bit it's not rushed. It takes its time when they made this, so it shows. And I highly suggest people should actually see this film from beginning to very much end. If you like that slow creeping horror, it's for you. I mean, I know I did. It kind of question about plastic surgery too. So, self love and everything like that. Things are not cracked up to me. Um, but the film is just really great. I mean, I have notes everywhere, but it's a good film. I highly suggest it. It's really good. The next film that I'm going to talk about is called The Wig. This one is pretty much weird because of the translations. Because in the American translation, it's called The Wig. Internationally, it's called how should I say it? It's called Scary Hair. But it's either way. Even though it's a story about this woman whose sister has terminal cancer with leukemia, and she decided, what, let me buy her a beautiful wig to make her feel beautiful. And slowly but surely, the health condition that her sister has with this wig starts to improve. Um, Slowly but surely, her behavior starts to turn for the worst. She started to act a little funny. She started to ignore her sister. The more the more she wear the wig, the more people start to die around her. So it's like the more people die, the better the hair is and the better the health is. And it starts to show throughout the whole film. Um, the movie is pretty much sad, but at the same time, it's fucking scary. It's scary, scary. The thing that you supposed to love so much to make you feel better is actually causing your downfall and the pain of everybody around you. So it is pretty shocking, to say the least. You start seeing, people getting axed from left to right in such creative fashions with this hair. And the film is just freaking amazing. It's a really great film. Everybody did a wonderful job. Even though not in people's careers after it, when I did research about it, didn't really make any after. They just kind of stopped in 2017. So that was a little questionable as to why. So it's weird. But the film itself is completely wonderful. I really think the film is great. I suggest anybody to see it. If you find it somewhere on the web, good for you. Um, but at the same time, I mean, it was a good film, but I'm surprised nobody boosted up after. So it's a little bit kind of concerning, sad because like this film is so good, and nobody came back after. So okay. Okay. The last but certainly not least film that I really love, which is pretty short, is called Real Gun, which is pretty much Ghost. It's a story about this girl who has amnesia. She don't really remember anything, but she somehow discovers that the people around her, group of people who's around her, group of people that she don't know, are being killed off by this ghost that she don't remember, but somehow she's connected to it. So the film was pretty good when it came out in 2004. So it was kind of like horror films started to you know kick out. Like it was starting to get a big hit before it, and I mean it's really much a good film. The film was pretty much said to watch off of it, and it's just really much. And I mean, it's just one of those films that I've sat there. Like I'm looking at all these people's careers at the film. It's so good. Han Yoo Kim, Hai Bin Yoon both played this film. Everybody really, really put in a work effort in this film. This film was really good. I don't care what anybody say. It's not that good. It's okay. You don't know until you see it. It's a good film, and I feel like this film is just one of those films that I think anybody should see it. Everybody should take a good hire at it. It's just really a good film that I hope people actually see to look at because the film is just completely just brilliant. And I personally think that this film is pretty much one of those films that you should probably see. Everybody should see this film. So that is my favorite K horror films in my list. It's very short. I was gonna put Whisper Corridor series, but that's pretty much cheating because the whole series is pretty good, except Blood Ties. That was shaky, but the whole series before I also did that with horror films that are so underrated. But that film is also good. All of it takes place in this one high school with different characters. They're all in this one high school, and I'm like, what is going on with your one high school? You know what I mean? I'm like, y'all white high school. Something I right, y'all did call priests. That kind of thing. And so I personally think that people should see it to believe it. Because if you don't see it, you're missing out on a lot of things. Like those films are just top notch, completely. So there's that. Um, I'm also going to talk about something that's really interesting, and I know a lot of people are saying, "Well, Monty, since you know so much, why would you talk about it?" So I said, "Okay, fine, let me talk about it." And that is, how should I say this? It's mostly just um. I gotta Google it, people. I don't know. I think I was the wrong way. There's this film that's based off the manga. It's mostly just God's left hand and Devil's right hand. This is based off a manga horror film. Um, a lot of people are talking about, why can you talk about this horror film? This horror film is pretty cool. It is cool, but it's not the finest work because Katsuzumi is mostly just the genius of making, freaking scary a horror films. I mean, hard mangas. Sorry, mangas. Um, it's just kind of just really one of those films you sit there. I mean, I look at all his list. I mean, Cat Eye Boy, which just came out in the '60s, which is kind of great. The Drifting Classroom, which which like my friend sat there, like it's the most scariest thing. I mean, and God's left hand, Devil's right hand. That's just one of those films, with a 6-year old boy. It's just the manga and the horror film is completely insane. It is really one of those films that I'm looking right now, and I'm looking at freaking manga online, legal manga online. Okay, and I'm thinking about probably starting doing the list of horror films that are based off of mangas. Like one of them is based like Devilman is based off of manga, which I has people read the manga. Manga's um the manga is dope. Okay, the manga is dope. It's really is insane. Like you got kids, a 6-year-old is being brutally honored by the devil. I kid you not. It, it's weird. Okay, I mean, it's out there. It's weird. I highly suggest people should read it. But if this is ever turned into an anime, I guarantee you a lot of people are gonna be a little bit sus. Um, it's a little sus of having like a little boy in these situations. I mean, I know a lot of people are like, no, this can't be put up there. Yeah, I can already see like fanimation like, no, no, thank you, we good. We want to keep our censors off our backs. Something like that. Crunchyroll might be they might put it on there depending on how bad it is. I don't know. Heck, Netflix could do it. I mean, they put down Blondie, which is like NC-17, so I'm sure they could do that. I mean, they also put down Berserk, so they might do that. But all in all, I do think that the comic, if that ever got turned to an anime, I would be dope. Just like Demon Man, they remake that and turn that into an anime again of best horror films. That should be like a mega show or something. It'll be pretty good. So there's that. Another one is called Hell Teacher Nube, which is a story about this exorcist that is actually a teacher at this grade school. So I like it. I saw the anime, and I think it does have it does have horror elements. It does have spooky elements to it, but at the same time, there's a lesson behind all of them that teach the kids about what's it like being a person, what's it like being becoming this person of being a better teacher. Nube is actually it was actually based off of another manga, which was called Hell Teacher Nube. But, but I think it was like another Hell Teacher Nube, and this character grows up, and now she's becoming a teacher as well. So it's kind of confusing, but it worked with me here. But I just know of Hell Teacher Nube. Hell Teacher Neo, which is actually one of the kids from Hell Teacher Nube, who looked up to Nube and becomes a better teacher himself, and she also decided to try to follow his footsteps. But the show does make you cry a bit because it talks about being a kid how to be a kid, what's it like, something like that. Like little stories, like, what, this is better, but it gives you hope for something better in your life and something, hopeful. And the teacher teaches these kids lessons about how to be a better person, how to be, how to help your fellow man, learning lessons. And the best thing about Nube, which was turned to anime then a movie, but I think they should reboot the whole series because the whole freaking series is adorable, is that Nube is such a likable character because he's so clumsy. Yeah. And even though he's so clumsy, he will still protect his students no matter what. So it does have horror elements to it. I think they should probably reboot the whole series, like they do it with everything else. I mean, they reboot fucking Berserk, and they reboot, they keep doing sequels of, freaking Dragon Ball Z, and they rebooted, Sailor Moon. Why not reboot Help Teacher Newbank? What horror could that be? But at the same time, I think it has a message of how, certain teacher inspire a lot of kids to follow their dreams at the same time. This teacher, Nube, is willing to protect his students no matter what, even if he does seem a little bit clumsy at times. That he does have a good heart, and he got a demon possessed hand that he used for good instead of anything bad. Vanquishing evil, or fighting ghosts, their resting place and stuff like that. And I think even though it's a horror novel, it has heart, but at the same time, it has something that a lot of people could say, well, it's a good message behind all of it. How about you two? Here's your fan favorites, everybody.
Hello.
The Valentina. Yeah. You don't deserve this congeniality. You're just fan favorites. I know Valentina probably hate that all the time. I know she'd probably be like, for real, they're gonna run that. Oh, you're beautiful, you're gorgeous, you look like Linda Evangelista, you're a model. You just stole those tights. Valentina, she can walk out there. She can walk out there in a diaper. And like, Valentina, your smile is gorgeous.
No, that's not true.
Well, of course it wasn't true. She didn't win. She won this congeniality. I'm sorry, Valentina. I'm sorry. I know their fan base. I know their.
I can see them. They can't see you.
Cause of the video.
Hello.
She will be doing her review on Hocus Pocus soon.
Oh yes, I've watched Hocus Pocus.
We got that right now.
Oh, sorry.
We're gonna do a review of that.
Come on, Shorty. Let's go.
Right there. That's my cat, y'all.
Mommy's gonna go and sit there. You gonna stay in here? Okay. I guess that means yes. Right? Okay. I guess not.
Okay. We got. See, that's my cat, y'all. But yeah, but How Teacher Nube should get rebooted and become a new TV series for Netflix. Since Netflix is in the market of anime now, which, okay, whatever. I ain't messing the money pot, okay? I'm not messing with that. And they want to do a reboot, okay, whatever, fine. But, yeah, so there's that. Another horror film series, which I think a lot of people should see, that should be turned or rebooted or turned back into an anime series, has to be this show, this anime manga. My friend had me read offline. It's really one of those great mangas. I mean, it got the element of Dexter to it. I said it. It got the element of Dexter. Okay, and it's called Brutal: Confession of a Crime Investigator. Bruh, bruh. This film this mega right here, I'm gonna come out of the woodworks. I'm gonna come out and say this mega needs to be turned into an anime. If they can turn Berserk into an anime film and stuff like that, gorgeous, I guarantee they need to take a hold of Brutal. Brutal is that mega. It is off the chain. I will do that. I will do that. I mean, they need to really, really make that into a anime series. Okay, if you can make Berserk an anime series, I guarantee you could turn this into an anime series. Okay, straight up, if you could turn Death Note into a series, you need to make this a series as well. Okay, this is the film. This is the manga that everybody talked about, and I'm like, yeah, right, okay, whatever. My friend's like, no, for real, you gotta see the manga. Yeah, you gotta read the manga. So I'm like, okay, fine, I'll read the manga, and sure enough, I mean that you can Google that online, but make sure you have a private uh, thing, because if you don't, I mean, I guarantee you they'll track your shit. Allegedly, I'm sorry, they will track your crap. Um, the manga is insane. Okay, it is completely insane. It's called Brutal: The Confession of a Homicide Investigator, and I, it's a beautiful work. Okay, it's a beautiful freaking work. It is. It gives you the element of Dexter. Okay, Dexter. If you don't know who Dexter is, Google it. Tall, Dark, and Handsome, which is a freaking great novel that was written, and it got turned into a TV series by Showtime, and then it got rebooted again. Showtime to leave it off from where the final season was. It's a good film. This investigator, he's practically perfect. He's perfect. He's friendly. He's a police investigator. He solves crimes with people, and he figure out what's happening and stuff like that. So, he walks around talking to people. Everybody love him, but he also have a tendency to exact revenge on those who do harm to people, innocent people, and get away with it. And he decided to have his own form of justice and decided to take the justice into his own hands to exact revenge on these criminals that got away from the law in his eyes. He started twitching and stuff like that. Read the manga, it's great. Uh, Koga wrote this. It's a brilliant film. Artist Rio Anzawa, draw the artist of this. This is just, it's the best work ever. I mean, it's really good. This really need to be made into a manga series. It need to be remade into a TV series for real. I highly recommend it. I will highly vouch for it. It need to be turned to a TV series because everybody will be missing out on this. Everybody will be missing out on this. This work is brilliant. I highly suggest people go online, find this stuff, and read it because nobody gonna believe me if I said that it's horrifying. So go see it yourself. It got some comedy elements to it, but at the same time, if you like horror and you like crime horror stuff like that and exact revenge, this is it for you. This is a movie. This is the series that really need to be made into an animated series ASAP. We already have Chainsaw Man. We already have that. That's cool. But if you want to really you know sweeten the pot, put that in there. I mean, we all saw Berserk. We all saw Helsing. Put Brutal in there. Even out the plot. Um, I was gonna put Monkey Peak on here, but I don't know. I don't know if people seen it, but I like animals, and I don't like animals being vicious, evil people and getting killed. I don't know. That's just me. Sweet, but it's a fabulous series in Halloween. If you're into the Halloween feel to it, chances are you really need to pick that up. That's another anime series besides That and Hell Teacher New Bay need to reboot or whatever it is. Um, Chainsaw Man's already been rebooted, so I to an anime, so I can't really talk about it. But Brutal is one of them. Another manga series, and this is the last one that I think should be read because it's so fucking cute and it's funny. It's called My Roommate Isn't From This World. And it's a story about this guy who rented this apartment. And this apartment is haunted by a couple of ghosts. And this one ghost is a dead girl who has a crush on him. The series, I mean, she's a ghost. She got big blackout eyes and stuff like that. But it's so freaking cute. I mean, I know it is a horror film because they talk about the living dead and stuff and ghosts and everything like that. But it's too freaking cute for real. I mean, if you've seen it, it's adorable because it, it's a little mini series. It's really nice. You like it and stuff like that. It's one chapter, and I think they could definitely build that more than just one chapter. So I think it's a really cute series though. I mean, it's like a 1-page series of each issue of a chapter from this book. So I think they could definitely make it into a TV series whatsoever. It is it's it's a funny series. Okay, it's a funny series, and I think people will like it. And the main ghost girl in the film is in this manga. She don't speak very much, but she do have thought bubbles, little boxes and stuff like that. And I really suggest people read this. This is really one of those funny comedy horrors that are scary, but not too scary to the point where it turns people off. Like if you like horror, a little bit, but you're not into that gore stuff like that. This is one of those issues that it's just really a funny series. And plus, not only that, but like even the dead gets funny jokes as well. And this girl in this manga, you go Google it. My roommate's not from this world. It's freaking funny. It needed to be turned to like a mini series or a TV show. Either way, I highly suggest people actually see it. It's really funny, but charming at the same time because it's just this ghost girl. She's just trying to figure out what's going on, and who's the stray human. I don't know who he is, but he's kind of cute, and I'm just gonna figure out what he wants. That kind of thing. So all in all, those are the films. Those are the mangas that I think should probably be made into a horror film. I mean, Death Tube could probably be, but no, not that many people like the series, but I do think that those are the only 3A manga series that I think should probably be made into TV shows, and I think they should do that. I think they could do that without any problems. All in all, those are the mangas that I think that should probably be made. And I just think that, since, Attack on Titan is about to head out the door, we gotta find something to take over. So I personally think either Hell Teacher or New Bay should probably get rebooted and introduced to the public. Or, go to Con Crowd and do something funny like that. But overall, those are my list. And boy, is a list of that. Um, yeah. So that's my YouTube video for today. I'll probably upload more tomorrow. Kind of a little bit laggish. I'll also, got paid for Shutter. So, horror. It's freaking amazing. I mean, horror app. You can watch TV shows. I just finished watching the 3rd season of the Boulet Brothers, Dracula. And then I'm almost done with the 4th season of Dracula. So, I'm just hyped about it. And then I've been watching The Last Drive-In. So, cheers to them. I can't wait for Christmas. That or, Halloween. Well, Halloween's about to close, so in about a couple of minutes, I'm going to be watching TCM Marathon. So, yeah, I'm an old hairy woman. It's rainy outside. It's a little, gray inside, so I'm hype about that. We'll be doing a movie with mom. My mom will be doing a review on Hocus Pocus 2. Um, she's a fan favorite, Valentina. But definitely we'll definitely do her again. We'll definitely do another video. Stop by with her again. Um, I'm going to probably watch the Monsters one more time because I did try to do a video by how I felt, but it didn't hit very well. Um, but all in all, I did review Pearl and everything like that. So, but blowing my blog. Also, for everybody out there, yes, I do have a TikTok account. I think you can see that in my last couple of videos that you can click on there. I will be editing some stuff, seeing some like lists of like movies that I listed, and you can all find them on Prime. Some you can find them on Arrow Video, which have all the collections of films. I got all my collections, and I'm trying to build a collection of Arrow films. Please sponsor me. I need sponsorships, But yeah, I think these films are gonna be great. So I'll probably do some more videos tomorrow, depending on how I feel. Probably hope they won't be too tired. Um, but besides that, I'll be uploading my blog soon. Doing some telenovela shit on my blog, and I will be talking about telenovelas, um, heroes and villains and love interests. And after that, then I'm going straight into the holiday season, y'all, which is December, which is my birthday month, which is December 20th. So I'll probably be doing best films that turn 31 or 30 this year. Frightening. But, we'll see where we go from there. So until next time, you guys hit that subscribe button and get that bell because I need some followers. Because it ain't easy. So until then, everybody, you just stay safe and y'all just have a good Halloween week. Oh, and also, I will be doing a movie review on Black Panther when it comes out. So I know it's going to be an emotional roller coaster. So wish me luck. So until then, I'll see you guys on the flip side. Later.